What's up? Inflatable enthusiast here, and today I got a super cool review for you guys today. This is the Gemmy 2014 11.5 foot tall air balloon inflatable hot air balloon. This was sold at Lowe's back in 2014 for $139, as you can tell by the Holiday Living box art here. I really like this design. This is one that I always used to see in like old classic early 2010s like display videos. The one video in particular I remember seeing this in, and I used to love this video as a kid, was the East Hampton, Massachusetts Christmas display. I'll pull up a picture of like the thumbnail right now. You guys have probably seen this video. It's pretty popular. I remember seeing this video as a kid, and I remember seeing this inflatable and stuff like that. And I used to love watching that video, and like I used to see this in a bunch of other displays as well back then. And I really like the design. It's pretty goofy. They have done this design a lot since 2014. It's the just the big hot air balloon Santa. You got two penguins down there. But yeah, it's not really, it's still considered a classic. I consider like 2014 or 2015 to be like the last year of like classic Gemmy. So I consider this to be a classic. And I really like this one, and it was for a pretty good price on eBay. I got this for less than the retail price. I think I paid about $90 for this in total. So, I really like this design. I'm a sucker for the old hot air balloons. I think they look really cool. And they're very nostalgic to me, just like this one is. So, yeah, I picked it up. I figured it was a pretty good price. It looked like it was in great shape. I haven't taken it out yet. This just arrived at my door, so what you guys are seeing is what I am seeing. But there was a bunch of pictures of it on the listing, and I'm super glad this came with the original box, because there wasn't any pictures of the original box, but I messaged the seller and asked them if they did have it, and they did. So yeah, I love the classic, background for the Gemmy inflatables, the house with all the lights on it. The Holiday Living logo, again, super nostalgic for me, because especially since I live right down the street from Lowe's. Lowe's is literally 2 minutes away from my house. We used to always shop for inflatables there, more than Home Depot, because Home Depot is across town for me. So Lowe's was always the place where we would get our decorations. But yeah, you can see the side of the box here. It's tan. Again, Holiday Living. I'm not sure why they would put the picture of the inflatable at the top here. This is about the same box that you would get from the Wheel of Fun inflatable, because that came out the same year and was also from Lowe's. So this was part of the same lineup as the Wheel of Fun. Unfortunately, my Wheel of Fun does not have the original box. I really wish it did. But yeah, here's the back of the box here. It doesn't say the year. I'm not sure if it says it on the bottom, but I'm not going to lift it up and knock it over. Then the other side is exactly the same. Indoor and outdoor use. And you got the top of the box here. So just open it up, see what we got. Looks like it has tethers already attached and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to take it out of the box and inflate it, so I'll be right back. Alright, so really quick look at the fan right here. As you can see, it's a YEF 125. This was like one of the first years, I believe, they started labeling the fans YEF and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there's like these random strings for tethers. These don't seem like super strong string. I might just keep them on just for the heck of it, but the colors look pretty good. It's a little bit dirty, and it's obviously slightly faded, but the fabric feels good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go plug it in and inflate it. Alrighty, so I got it all out here. I'm hoping the ceilings are gonna be tall enough in this room. I don't really want to review this outside or in the garage, because it's really humid and hot right now. And it would just be miserable for me to try to make that video out there. So hopefully the ceilings are high enough in here, but yeah, without further ado. Okay, so spoiler alert, it did not fit in that room, that's for sure. It was rubbing up right up against the ceiling. I could not get it to stand up straight. It was way too big for that back room, so I'm gonna have to do it in the garage, unfortunately. It is a little bit warm in here. It's about 80 degrees outside, so it's pretty freaking hot. And I didn't want to have to, but it'll fit in here at least, that's for sure. So, this thing inflates very fast though, which is good. See here in a minute. Here's Manny Claus himself. Should be done any second now. Just gonna fix these tethers. Oh, shoot, tether's wrapped around this tire here. Alright. He's still even really tall for this garage. But here it is. So as you can see, inflates nice, inflates great. Yeah, this thing is massive. Definitely way bigger than I thought. It looks great. As you can see, it is very dirty though. You can see just the dirt all over the fabric, pretty much everywhere. But I mean, this thing is perfect. It inflates extremely tight. I mean, the balloon wants to absolutely explode. Even the basket down here with the penguins, super tight inflation. I cannot push in on it at all. The penguins inflate great. In one of the pictures, this penguin was like kind of sagging down a little bit. That's just because the C7 was trapped. I cannot find any thin spots on this inflatable anywhere. Like I said, it is very dirty, so it kind of gives off that weird effect that the fabric is melting, but it's just the dirt on it makes it look like that. Yeah, these tethers are kind of messed up all over the place. I'll probably just change these and use colossal tethers when I actually put it out in the yard. You can see the clear material here gives it the effect that it's floating. Looks great. This probably inflates the weakest out of everything. I'm not sure why. This clear plastic can't thin out, so it's just holding up this giant freaking balloon though, so it's obviously it's going to be a little weak and flimsy. But I'm sure when you have this thing tethered down, it'll hold it up just fine. So yeah, I love this design though. It's very simplistic, but it just screams like 2010s Gemmy, which is when I grew up. I didn't grow up in the early 2000s much at all. I was born in the late 2000s. So designs typically from around then. I remember most of them because, you know, people still had them in the displays back then. But I remember seeing designs like this in stores because this was around the time when I was young, but, you know, I wasn't like a baby still. So, yeah, but for tether loops, it's got 5 tether loops, I believe. 1 here, 1 there, and then 2 more on the back of the balloon. One right here, and then there's 1 on the bottom in the front of the basket right here. And you can see it has a bow tie wrapped around it, or just a bow, I guess. Yeah, this penguin has a what do you call it? Telescope right here, or an eyeglass, whatever you want to call it. I think the C7 is about to blow because it's kind of flickering and it's really bright. This penguin's just waving. I love the penguin design. Super simplistic, but nice and cute looking. Not too over detailed cutesy that Gemmy would do nowadays. And then obviously the Santa is super goofy as well. I mean, it's just a giant round Santa Claus with tiny limbs. And I like how his eyes are kind of crossed too. It looks funny. So yeah, like I said, they've done this Santa Claus hot air balloon design a lot. But this was, I believe, the first one they did. Or one of the original ones they did, and it's definitely one of my favorites they did. Because like I said, it just screams 2000, like early 2010s. So, yeah, but anyways, I'll go turn the lights off and we'll look at it in the dark. Alrighty, here it is in the dark, and it lights up really good, actually. Santa, the big balloon, not so much, obviously, because of how large it is. But the penguins light up great. Like I said, I think that C7's about to explode. But yeah, so as you can see, lights up really nice. I think it's got like 6 C7s in it. Looks like it has 3 or 4 in Santa, then 2. Yeah, it's got 4 in Santa, 1 there, 1 here, here, and here, and then 2 in the penguins. I believe this C7 is supposed to be in the clear material, but I actually like it up inside the balloon instead because I don't like it. Sometimes in some videos I would see it where it was hanging in the clear material and you would just see the light bulb and everything and it would look kind of stupid, but I like it where it is right there. So yeah, and you can see there's holes right there where the balloon gets its air. There's the light. I like these pieces of fabric right here that connect to the hot air balloon like a real hot air balloon would do. That looks really cool. There's a giant zipper on the back of the balloon right here. It goes all the way down to the clear material. And yeah, down there's the basket. So anyways, I'll go turn the lights back on now. So yeah, anyways, that'll do it for this review. Like I said, for this year's display, I'm trying to collect all like the early 2000s, 2010s, Gemmy like classic inflatables. And this one stood out to me because, you know, this was one that came out around the time when I was very young. And I remember seeing it in multiple videos and stuff like that. And I just think it looks really cool. Obviously, the original 15-foot hot air balloon for Christmas with like the realistic poles and stuff like that and the realistic Santa in it would be cool. Those ones are kind of a pain though, as you saw with my Halloween one, but I really do like this design for Christmas. So if another like early 2000s, 2010s hot air balloon goes up for sale and I really like it, like if you saw in my Pac-Man video, the guy's house that used to live near me and put all the bunch of inflatables outside. He had a hot air balloon. I forget which one it exactly is, but if I can find that one for sale, I might want to snag it because, again, I used to see that driving by his house all the time around Christmas. So, but yeah, this one's really nice. I really like this one. You know, super cool, silly design from Lowe's 2014. That lineup was absolutely insane that year. That was one of my favorite lineups. So, you got the Wheel of Fun, this, you know, so... but yeah, anyways, that'll do it for this review. Stay tuned. I got 2 more really, really awesome reviews coming out in the next couple days. So stay tuned for those. And yeah, that's it. I'm the Inflatable Enthusiast, and I'll see you guys next time.